YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Neezy, back at it with another banger. Man, how everybody doing today? Like, I want to apologize once again for what happened yesterday. I don't know why they did not want me to post the video. Like, I was trying to do the video for y'all, man. Like I said before, if you haven't seen what happened, if you haven't seen what I talked about, what happened in the video, about they keep on trying to block my stuff for making music videos. Reacting to music videos. So for now, I'm not gonna do no more reaction to music videos no more, because I'm trying to protect my page and trying to make sure everything is good and golden. And plus, I just want to do it for y'all for the one good time. But enough of that, and I will see y'all in the next reaction. Not the next reaction, I'm just playing with y'all, but I will see y'all after the intro. Peace. Hey, I think we should try to kill this beat real quickly. I said that I think we should try to kill this beat real quickly. You know what I mean. Young Neezy, and I think you know the drill. End zone on the track. Don't want the fame, I just want the hunters and money. Have grown, I still be a baller. Don't want the fame, I just want the hunters and niggas stop on. What's up, NZ gang? How y'all doing? I hope y'all enjoy that intro. But right now, today's reaction, we're gonna react to the homie YFN LUCCI. I don't know what's going on with LUCCI right now, but apparently something is up. And this video been posted 4 days ago, so I was gonna react to this yesterday. And remember I told. But yeah, you haven't seen the video. I forgot. So, the video I was supposed to react to and posted on YouTube, I talked about I was planning on doing a 2-part video. And, you know, stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. So, yeah, so this is technically that 2-part video I was going to, talked about. You know, talked about a 2-part video. But never mind all that. It's in the past. Donezo, all that type of stuff. But do me a favor, if y'all love this video, make sure y'all get these likes up. I want to get my likes up to these videos, bro. And please get these videos up to maybe 10 to 20 likes for me. Do it for your boy Neezy, because I'm trying to get my subscribers up, views up, all that up, because I do. Y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve the content. So I'm going to give y'all the reaction content that I promised I was going to give. So, once again, if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get started in the reaction. Hold on, and let's start.
While being a poppin' rapper obviously comes with its benefits, if you're not careful, it can also bring drama. If you're still living the life you talk about in your music, or even associating with people who are, all that attention can lead to your downfall. YFN LUCCI is the most recent rapper to get caught up in a legal situation for allegedly being the leader of a national blood gang.
What?
Let's take a closer look at this story. YFN LUCCI is a rapper and singer from Atlanta, Georgia. He grew
LUCCI, you caught up still in that street life, bro? You still caught up in that street life? You are a rapper, dog. You should be messing around with Reginald Carter. Or, I can't believe that street life alone. Like he making. I need some wet shit. I need some wet shit. Come a little bit. I forgot how that song goes, but that song is hard. But let's keep watching.
In the Summer Hill neighborhood and started taking music seriously at age 16 after being encouraged by rapper Johnny Cinco. But before the music, he was involved in the streets, and growing up, his mother's house was shot up twice.
Dang.
He released his debut mixtape, Wish Me Well, in 2014 and started building a buzz in his city. He started gaining national attention after a single, Key to the Streets, featuring Migos and Trouble, peaked at number 70 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2016, and he followed up with a remix featuring Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, and Quavo. He released an EP called Long Live Nut, a project dedicated to his friend Nut, who helped LUCCI get his first record deal before getting killed early in the rapper's career. That EP contained the song Every Day We Lit, featuring PNB Rock, that became one of the artist's biggest hits to date, peaking at number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Sorry guys, I had to take care of something earlier. Don't worry, we're still watching the video. Now where we at?
Fame and fortune, until he was arrested in early 2021 and charged with a series of crimes that may put his career on hold for the next few years. In January 2021, The Atlanta Police Department issued a warrant for Lucci's arrest, claiming that he was the driver in a gang-related shootout that left one person dead and another critically injured.
Dang.
According to police, Lucci, along with 2 other alleged gang members, drove into op territory in December 2020 looking for drama. When they saw their targets, someone in the vehicle opened fire. The targets fired back, hitting one of the men in the car, who was later identified as a 28-year-old man named James Adams. James was thrown from the car and found by police dead on the side of the road. Later that same day, a 32-year-old man named Kevin Wright showed up at a local fire station with a gunshot to the stomach and was treated for his injuries. Police later arrested a 23-year-old man named Rayvon Boyd, along with a 17-year-old named Leroy Pitts, for allegedly participating in the shooting. Boyd is more commonly known as CP3, a rapper from Liberty Square in Miami, often called the Pork and Beans Projects. Authorities allege that CP3 was the shooter and Lucci was the driver in a gang hit that went wrong and left one of their own people dead. James Adams was allegedly shot in the head in the chaos and pushed out of the car to die on the side of the road. As a result, all 3 men in the car, Lucci, CP3, and Leroy Pitts, were charged with murder, aggravated assault, participating in criminal street gang activity, among other charges. Authorities claim that they purposely drove into a rival gang territory with the intention of committing acts of violence and therefore are responsible for the death of their friend. Lucci turned himself into police not long after the warrant was issued and is currently fighting the case. If convicted of the crime, he potentially faces life in prison or the death penalty. Then, in April, not long after being released on a $500,000 bond for the murder charge, Lucci was arrested again after visiting a recording studio and strip club that was somehow connected to the shooting. It's not clear what that connection is, but authorities also claim that Lucci attempted to alter his court-ordered ankle monitor to hide his location and failed a drug test. They try to revoke his bond as a punishment for these offenses. If his bond is revoked, he would have to stay in jail until the murder trial was over. To make matters even worse, in early May, Lucci was hit with a Georgia RICO indictment along with a dozen other alleged members of different sets of a national blood gang. Despite admitting that Lucci is not an active member of the
Did he say a Georgia RICO indictment? A Georgia RICO indictment. Stay away from the streets.
gang, just an affiliate, the authorities are trying to paint him as the ringleader of the organization who used his clout as a famous rapper to advance the crew's agenda in the streets. They're pointing to the December 2020 shooting as evidence that Lucci is not just a rapper affiliated with the set, he's an active participant in street activities. The indictment targeted several blood gang sets from Atlanta to Miami. 2 sets from Atlanta, called ABG or Atlanta Blood Gang, and BG or Bird Gang, were named in the court paperwork. These 2 sets are under the umbrella of the Inglewood Family Gangsta Bloods, a gang from Inglewood, California. The Bloodhounds and 13th Ave Hot Boys were 2 sets from Miami, also targeted in the takedown, and are based in the Pork and Beans Projects in Miami. Lucci is alleged to have affiliations to the gangs in the Pork and Beans, which is how we know CP3. Lucci is being accused of trying to unite the Miami and Atlanta blood sets and push the agenda of the gang through music and his own participation in street activities. The prosecutors are using his music videos and Instagram posts to paint Lucci as a violent gang leader. They point to music videos and footage uploaded to the internet of Lucci hanging out in the Pork and Beans projects as evidence of his intentions. They also point to an alleged incident where Lucci nearly strangled a man to death for playing a rival gang member's music, then bribing him not to snitch. They say that Lucci is not just an entertainer, posting things to his social media to engage with fans, but he's pushing a gang lifestyle that's connected to his music and the violent culture around it. They're using everything, from red rags and music videos to guns posted to Instagram and tweets with photo captions referencing murder and other crimes as evidence that Lucci, CP3, and everyone else involved in the case are violent criminals contributing to the advancement of a gang lifestyle. So Lucci's not just facing a murder charge that carries life, he's also facing a whole bunch of other charges related to the RICO indictment that carry even more years. Even though it's definitely not looking great for Lucci at the
Oh, what the heck's going on with Lucci? I can't read a RICO index case. Like, wow, Lucci, I really look at you different. I look at Regine Carr different. Heavy. I'm just gonna say this. You gotta stay away from the game, people. I just gotta be a stack with you. Stay away from the game. Stay away from the violence. I'm just keeping the stack with you. Like, this is a prime example. Like, shout out to Lucci. Like, I still mess with your music, but at the same time, bro, like, you can't mix music life with street life. You've seen all the influencers Like, honestly, I can see the Tupac influencing you. I can see maybe a little Biggie Smalls and other rappers that came from back in the day. Mixing street life with rap life, like, that's all I gotta say, but like, I hope you end up being this case, you know, potential murder case and all type of cases that I don't want to speak on because I don't know what's going on. Just know I'm here. Let's keep watching.
Moment, he does have a few things going for him. He isn't being charged with a federal crime. It's a Georgia state RICO charge. Usually, when the feds get involved, it means you're already because federal cases have around the 90% conviction rate. State cases are a little easier to beat, but it means they can use more circumstantial evidence like social media posts. State RICO cases also carry less time, but the Georgia RICO Act allows for a broader range of crimes to be considered racketeering, so it may be tough for Lucci to beat every charge. The other thing he has going for him is that the prosecutors have acknowledged that he isn't actually in a gang, he's just an affiliate. It may be hard for them to charge him with the gang indictment while admitting he isn't actually an official member, but the term gang can be pretty vague, and prosecutors may try to argue that YFN itself is a set of the Bloods. They'll have to show that the affiliation goes deeper than rap, but if they can prove Lucci is guilty of some of the violent crimes he's accused of, they may have a better case. Another positive for Lucci is that he isn't suspected to be the shooter in his murder case. The prosecutors will have to prove that the crew drove into rival gang territory that night, intentionally looking for ops, and made the calculated decision to leave James Adams dead on the side of the road. With a good lawyer, he could argue that he just happened to be driving around with some people he knew and shit popped off that had nothing to do with him. But the police allegedly recovered James' cell phone, which had video footage they used to identify who was in the car. What's on that cell phone could likely determine whether Lucci will walk or face life in prison. If the authorities want the case to stick, they'll have to have solid evidence that Lucci committed violent crimes for the benefit of a gang. The social media posts and other circumstantial evidence may be able to tie him to the Bloods if they can prove he actually committed other crimes. But without more solid evidence, it may be hard for prosecutors to hit him with a RICO charge just for wearing red rags and hanging out in the pork and beans. His participation in the drive-by that led to the shooting of James Adams is the biggest piece of evidence that authorities have to prove Lucci was involved in gang activity. Association with other rappers who happen to be in the gang, especially when it's for the purpose of making music or social media content, isn't a crime. But being the getaway driver in a murder case is a...
If he able to beat these cases, I'll be looking like, okay, this is gonna be different. Like, another black man beat another case. That's all I gotta say, but just pray for Lucci, y'all. I hope he gets out these cases because the Georgia RICO case is no joke.
A bit more serious. Racketeering charges can be hard for rappers to beat because prosecutors don't necessarily have to find you guilty of a crime. They just have to prove that your actions contributed to a culture of violence that led to the committing of a crime. Many rappers over the past few years have been hit with federal racketeering charges, from Bobby Shmurda to Casanova to 6ix9ine. If you look at the federal case against GS9, Bobby Shmurda was never actually accused of actively participating in any of the more serious crimes the gang allegedly committed. But he still spent 7 years behind bars because prosecutors claimed that he was the face of the group and responsible for orchestrating some of the violence. Racketeering was a charge created to hold mafia bosses accountable for crimes committed at their direction. Before the RICO Act was passed in 1970, the courts had a hard time pinning crimes on the bosses at the top of the organization because they rarely were the ones committing the crimes themselves. The RICO Act made it possible to charge members of a criminal organization with crimes that they ordered or otherwise participated in. In recent years, the RICO Act has been used to target different types of criminal organizations, including street gangs, especially those associated with famous rappers. Lucci is facing a state RICO case and not a federal case, but the idea is still the same. Under the Georgia RICO law, it's a crime for any person through a pattern of racketeering activity to acquire or maintain interest in or any type of property or business. Racketeering activity includes crimes such as drug offenses, homicide, bodily injury, arson, burglary, and so on. So even though Lucci isn't alleged to be a member of the gang, prosecutors can argue that he profited from the promotion of gang activity and therefore can be found guilty of racketeering. A conviction under the Georgia RICO Act carries a penalty of 5 to 20 years in prison and or a fine of up to 3 times the amount of money gained by the defendant as a result of the alleged racketeering. Lucci has a chance of beating the racketeering charge if he has a good lawyer, but he'll have to beat the murder charge first. He's most likely looking at doing some time in prison given all the charges he's facing. The question is whether he'll be going away for life or be able to get out in time to continue his rap career. If he can beat the murder charge or plead it down to a lesser offense, it'll be easier to poke holes in the racketeering case. But if he's convicted of participating in a gang-related drive-by shooting that left one person dead and another critically injured, the RICO case will only make his sentence worse. This is a big case, not only for Lucci, but for hip-hop in general. If police can successfully tie a rapper to a gang purely based on music videos and social media posts, many artists are gonna have to rethink how they brand themselves in the future. This isn't the first time that prosecutors have used lyrics and social media as evidence in a case, but the amount of detail they're putting into their analysis of Lucci's internet profile is a new record, citing specific music videos, IG captions, and more to paint Lucci as a powerful drug lord who used his gang ties to orchestrate a wave of terror from Miami to Atlanta. Using that logic, nearly any rapper could be painted as El Chapo, simply because they portray themselves as a powerful drug lord in their music, which is obviously not the case. Lucci's lawyer, Drew Finling, said that to sit and analyze somebody's social media account and try to somehow find evidence of a crime is ridiculous when people are just really expressing themselves through social media. The bright side is that if the prosecutors are basing their case so heavily on internet speculation, they may not have much solid evidence to prove his gang affiliations. In that case, Lucci's lawyer could use the First Amendment to claim that the rapper was just expressing himself artistically and wasn't involved in any criminal activity. Lucci will likely be fighting this case for a while, and more information will come to light as the trial continues. It all comes down to how much evidence the prosecutors have to link him to actual crimes and gang activity. Even though the rapper is facing some serious time, there are many holes in the case that can be exposed by a good team of lawyers. If you like this video, check out some of our previous videos, from rappers pardoning of their crimes to rappers getting ran up on. We cover the most insane stories that you need to hear. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button so you never miss any great content like this. Catch you in the next video.